Good evening, folks. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Tim Pandajis. Today is Thursday, June the 22nd, 2023. Unusual, we'll be talking about two separate storms in the Atlantic Basin. One a tropical storm Brett, one soon-to-be tropical storm Cindy. That's still a tropical depression number 4. Now, quiet in the Gulf, Southwest Atlantic, and Western Caribbean. It's the main development region that's firing up earlier than expected. Tropical storm Brett, and there's right behind it tropical depression number 4. Now, we've got tropical storm warnings out for a large portion of the Windward Leeward Islands, including Barbados, Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. That's for imminent tropical storm force conditions, meaning winds in excess of 39 miles per hour. You can see the storm here on satellite imagery. We're taking a temperature of the cloud tops. Why that's important, that distinguishes the stronger thunderstorms from the weaker ones, where you're seeing a flare of some black colors and some white coloring there. Coldest cloud tops. Here is the center of Brett. The strongest of the winds, though, are located on the north side of that storm as it pushes towards the west. It will be impacting Barbados in the short term. Here's a look at the cone of winds here. The yellow shading is where you're going to find tropical storm force winds. Notice that lobe here, that kidney bean shape, is located on the northern side of this storm. Winds possibly getting up to as high as 58 miles per hour, so keep that in mind, maybe even exceeding that. The storm system moves its way to the west. It starts to weaken a little bit, and that lobe of winds also begins to shrink as we head into the day tomorrow. So the next 12 hours, we'll see the highest impacts in the Windward Leeward Islands. All right, going forward in time, though, here's the forecast track from the National Hurricane Center. It does show a gradual weakening from tomorrow afternoon all the way up into this upcoming weekend, down eventually to a remnant low after remaining at a tropical storm through Saturday afternoon. The thinking is that it will encounter stronger wind shear, but I wouldn't hang your hat on that just yet. This is going to be something to watch. The forecast wind shear heading on into that time frame later in the weekend and early next week, yeah, there are some pockets of higher wind shear, but it's not overwhelmingly so. So best to keep your eyes on this one as it heads through the Caribbean. Plenty of warm water there. If it can overcome some wind shear, who knows what can happen there. We'll watch it carefully. Tropical depression number 4, 35 mile per hour winds with this, a small system there, and it is showing signs of organizing and strengthening, but it should stay away from land, gain latitude as it becomes a tropical storm, potentially maxing out with winds at 60 miles per hour. The next name on the list would be Cindy. All right, that's the latest out in the tropics right now. Again, we'll keep an eye on Brett, and after it passes through the Leeward Islands, what it does in the Caribbean. You want to keep in touch on social media, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, as well as TikTok. We'll see you again tomorrow evening.